Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today it is crunch time. We have to get the Supra ready for the dyno, which is tomorrow. We have to be back at the shop at 4:30 in the morning to make it in time. We're gonna be hanging out with my boy Tanaka-san, and he's gonna make this thing make magic. And we also have 4 different turbos to test and so much other stuff that's gonna be a little crazy of a dyno session. But that aside, there's a bunch of things with this car that we need to do before then, and that involves these boxes. The guys over at HKS wanted to make sure that the Supra had the HKS treatment. So we got ourselves much needed coilovers, the Hypermaxes. I've actually never used a set of these before, so I'm really curious on how these are gonna feel. This is their street edition pair as well, so it should feel really, really good on the street and the roads and when we're driving around Australia. That aside though, underneath here, I'm really excited about because we got ourselves a HKS exhaust for the car. And this is gonna be very important. It's their high power series, and that is exactly what we need considering we get a 4-inch dump and a G4900 on this bad boy. So without further ado, let's open up these boxes and then get the parts onto the car. I'm really excited to see what these things looks like. You guys know what it's like when you open a box for the first time, especially if you're an ADHD person like me. It's like Christmas every day and it just gives you that little rush of dopamine that really helps you get the day done. Anyways, let's open up the HKS boxes, let's drool over them and then bolt them on the car. And of course, a massive thank you to HKS for partnering with us and sponsoring the Supra build. Let's tear these open.
It is like, it's Christmas, isn't it? It was snowing outside yesterday. Tonight's gonna snow again.
Yeah, the weather's kind of a little crazy here right now. I'm a bit worried. I hope it doesn't snow too much because I don't have winter tires on the truck. Woo.
Oh.
Damn, these look good. Wow. So this is the Hypermax S series, and this is their street series that I was telling you about. So this should be like more of a street comfy ride. The difference between their like more track focused one is I believe there's a spherical bearing in the top hat, so it's a little bit more rigid. And then the internal valving is different too for that more kind of aggressive track type of coilover. These are gonna be really, really good. The quality looks incredible. Look at this. Helper spring, dang. Now, something that actually is really awesome about HKS coilovers is they are made locally here in Japan at their factory at the base of Mount Fuji. I've seen it in person. One day, I hope that we'll be able to film an inside view of that factory and what it looks like. But everything you see here is manufactured in Japan. The springs, how they start off as straight rods, they get hyperheated and glowing, and then they get twisted and everything. All of that is happening literally at the base of Mount Fuji at the HKS headquarters. So it's really cool to see the final product here in my hand when I've gone and actually seen these being produced at their factory there. Really, really cool. I can't wait to put these on the car. Dang, they look really nice. Definitely a lot better than the stock blown out OEM ones that we have on there. And it also means that we can run some big boy tires in the rear and we're not gonna have any issues with tire to guard contact. That's what I'm excited about. And now it's time to open the exhaust. We actually run one of these on our R33.4 Skyline and it sounds amazing. The difference between what we had on there before to when we put the HKS one was incredible. The note was noticeably different. I'm really excited to see what the note's gonna sound like now with this exhaust too. And this one, she's spicy.
Wow.
Damn. I love that it's 2-piece as well. There's a lot of exhaust for the A80 Supra where it's 1 piece from the catback, which makes it very hard to ship. But this is 2-piece. Look at this, the iconic HKS square flange for the muffler. Now, unfortunately, I do have to modify this. We're gonna put a V-band on here. But this is perfect for those that are running their stock exhaust. You can see it steps down here. We need as much as we can out of this. So we're gonna be taking the flange off and putting a V-band on here to mate up to my downpipe. But otherwise, everything about this is awesome. It's 3.5 inch. This is exactly what we needed for a high flow, high power exhaust. Look at this. Ooh, man.
Wait, you gotta take this off.
I know, this is the good part. This is the good part. And look, it steps up from like 3.5 to 4. Woo! Here we go, here we go. Dude, look how long the tip is! Oh! Ah! Look at this bad girl. Dude, I'm so excited. This thing's gonna get all the anti-lag, all of the 2-step, and it's like 3.5 inch straight through the muffler. Look at that. Big. This is exactly what we needed, guys. I'm so stoked. All right. We gotta get this on the car ASAP because I gotta finish the rest of my downpipe to mate up to that. And then I need to not forget to put my O2 bung in for the wideband sensor. And then we can actually start getting this thing tuned a little bit so that we can drive it around and get it to the dyno. It's time to assemble Daiki. Daiki! There he is.
You done? What are you done with?
These. Now, I want to do hard lines with these because this is definitely a hot zone above the manifold here. They should be okay with the chase base heat sleeving, but I will be revisiting this and I'll be doing proper hard lines. I've always wanted to do hard lines, and because this wastegate is on top of the manifold and such a hot zone area, I think hard lines just makes the most sense. But for now, this is what I have. This is what we did. I'm sure this will hold out fine until we can get hardline stuff, but for now we just need to make the dyno. And yeah, I don't know, I'll check this with the temp gun. This is pretty high up, maybe it'll be okay, we'll see, but I'm just gonna keep that in mind and probably just bulletproof it with hardlines because those can't melt. This probably can, if it gets hot enough. Oh. This is the K&N sexy underwear for your filter. This goes on. Right.
See-through?
See-through.
Yeah.
Nice and black and sexy. Wait, could I put this on my head?
No.
These are so important. First of all, they don't restrict airflow, so you're still gonna make a ton of power. Second of all, they stop water getting in. Third of all, they keep your air filter clean. Like I literally used one air filter the whole season last year on my comp carb just because I had this one bag on. They're super good and water can't go through them. So it looks almost like clear plastic, right? Because it's like a really thin, I don't know how to explain it, but there's all these tiny little holes in here that air can get through, but nothing else can. So it's like the ultimate bag for your filter that protects it.
That looks very sexy.
Yeah, always wear protection, guys.
What are you up to?
Just cleaned off a bunch of rust from the battery stay, and I'm just treating it. So that it's 100% dead and won't come back, at least for a bit. And then let this set and dry, and then we're gonna paint this. Just Okinawa things, but also just old car things in general. Just what you gotta start getting good at is anytime you see any tiny bit of rust, whether it's surfaced or anything, kill it right away, treat it, because you don't want that to turn into anything else.
It's kind of like women's skincare.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I mean, it's all acid related, right? You know, different alkalines and acids. You want some?
On my face?
Yeah.
Sure. Today is too much of a Christmas day for you.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Why?
All right, so first of all, come into the passenger side.
Okay.
Ignore the mess, but see these 4 gauges here? Actually, 5 and 6 gauges if you count the HKS boost controller things, and then there's a Blitz R fit here, which is, I don't know what that does. But these 4 Defi gauges, they're cool. They're great. They're 90s period correct. But I want this dash to be as clean as possible. And that's why this one gauge replaces every single gauge in this place. So we got 4 Defis and a Blitz one and a HKS one. We're changing it to literally just that.
Oh, that's amazing.
This tiny gauge will give me everything live from the ECU so that I can manage it. And it's a quarter of the price of a Defi kit. A Defi kit's like what, for a full set? It's like $1,200 with all the sensors. If you've already got the sensors for the Link ECU, why would you pay more money for more sensors and everything? You just like stacking on stacking on stacking and stacking. That's like piggybacking. It's just dumb, it's stupid, and you're wasting money. Get a Link, get a CAN gauge, or better yet, get a digital dash, and then you can do the same thing. But this is awesome because it's stealthy, it's small, I can hide it anywhere, and it's gonna be sick. Then, I got the cutest little guy here. This is what I'm super excited about because this is the fun stuff. This is a CAN keypad that only has 4 buttons on it. It's super cute. It's a little cutie boy. So, this is gonna end up living probably down here somewhere on the, like, on the center console where the wheel is, like here. So see where this gauge is? I'll probably put this there, or I'll put it here, or I might even actually end up putting it in here.
Inside?
Yeah. the reason that I have this is because we have drive-by-wire, which instantly means that anti-lag is a piece of piss to do. Like, that is literally how much easier it is if you have an electronic throttle body. It is awesome. You don't have to mess around with a ton of other random gauges, random valves and things like that. It's awesome. So this is going to enable anti-lag on and off. I'm also going to have cruise control, and I'm also going to have a boost button here so I can select increments of boost where I want high boost, middle boost, low boost. And then there's another magic button here that I'm not going to tell you what it does, but some of you guys will probably know what it does. But
what? It's going to shoot out like a vibrator in here?
What? My wife?
Did it throw you off that much?
Yeah. Anyways, all of that aside though, the best thing about all of this is it runs off the Link CAN bus network, which means we just kind of daisy chain and link this all together, and that's it, done. This comes straight out of my ECU, power, everything provided, and it just plugs straight in, done. It's super easy. You can make your own cables if you want. You can buy pre-made cables. Link sells it all. Go check them out. I cannot stress enough just how good Link stuff is. I've been a Link boy forever, ever since I started getting into cars. The first ECU, aftermarket ECU I ever bought was a Link, and it was awesome. And then anything else I ever tried, I hated. So yeah, just get a Link. It's best bang for buck. Want to find the missing link to your car? Click the link below. No. Okay, so yeah, we don't really have much left. This is good. Checklist, guys, checklist. They are your best friend, no matter who you are. This. And if you're ADHD, you have like 1,000 whiteboards everywhere with pretty much the same stuff written on there just to constantly remind you everywhere.
And then you use me as a SSD.
Yeah, literally. May's actually my RAM, my short-term memory help, because yeah, short-term memory is terrible. But I can photographically look at something I've seen in the corner of my eye in Okachan's shop from like 5 years ago and tell him exactly where it is with precision, which is literally what happens on a daily basis. He'll call me and be like, Sam, I can't find this in my shop. Do you know where it is? And then I'll be like, oh, give me a second. And I'll like picture it in my head and I can see it. And then I'll tell him and he'll be like, what the hell? How did you even know that was there? Just because like it was there in my peripheral vision. But my short-term memory, absolutely junk. Absolutely junk. I've run these two wires for the two sensors on the turbo. We've got back pressure and then we've got speed. So the turbo, this will send data to the ECU up until like 500,000, 600,000 RPM. Just so you know, like a 2J sounds cool at 8,000 RPM. This is over 500,000 RPM that your turbo could chooch. That's probably overspinning it though, but maybe not, I don't know. These turbos are freaking wild these days. But yeah, this data is super important so that you know that you're in the efficiency range of your turbo and whether or not you need a bigger Johnny or a smaller Johnny. Or if you have back pressure issues too, that's a good thing to note, whether or not your exhaust is big enough, if it's flowing enough, or if you got other issues. But yeah, these two wires, I need to put them into the ECU.
Can I borrow it? Give me those two wires.
No, man.
That's your ultimate flex.
People think I'm the cringy one. Are you trying to say I'm wired?
No, it's the sensor to detect. You said you were so stressed today, so I'm trying to help you to get your mind out of that and just be
but my mind doesn't need to go to the gutter, man. Okay.
A few moments later.
So Daiki's on the ladder and Sam is just standing there.
You can just leave it there now. Yeah, we're just trying to take the sway bar out so we can lower the lower arm a little bit more and get the old strut out. Normal Toyota things. This is your quick reminder, guys, to go to SAMMIT.net and grab yourself some merch to support us here at SAMMIT HQ and support the channel. Go check it out. The HKS collab, official collab varsity jackets are in stock. We've got our new stealth crew necks for those of you that don't want a crazy car graphic. But then if you want a crazy cool car graphic, grab the new Supra merch. The hoodies look awesome, and so do the shirts. Go check them out, SAMMIT.net. If you're in Australia and it's warm, grab the shorts, grab a shirt, whatever you guys want. We got stock. Hit us up. This feels so wrong, cutting a brand new exhaust. We gotta put a V-band on it. That's all. That's the only reason. Yeah. Probably, I think it's gonna end up being around here. So a V-band here, and a V-band like here, be ideal. You're gonna go from 4-inch down to like 3.5, so. Yeah, this car's gonna sound good. We've got a pretty massive update. Check this out. Woo! Oh, nearly just killed myself. Look at this thing. It looks amazing. I had to make a new mount up the top there using ProGrade parts and a plate and everything to bolt into the OEM position. Luckily, the ProGrade kind of uses the same mount as the OEM Supra one, because I guess the old exhaust that was on here, someone just turned it to a normal hanger and threw the old one out. Luckily, the parts of the ProGrade all lined up and matched up, and we were able to look at pictures from an OEM one and get this perfect. So this looks great here, coming through here, nice clearance there. This is gonna be mint. And then coming up to here, all 3.5 here, by the way, in the midsection. And then after this it goes back up to 4-inch, and then big boy out. But from here is 4-inch, step down with a little step down, 3.5, and then out. Dude, it looks so good with the V-bands. I am very, very happy about this. And this is the mark where I'm putting my O2 bung. This is gonna be cool. It's gonna be very, very cool. I'm so stoked. It's the first time I've done this. I used the MIG to just, you know, do 2 tacks in places to hold everything in while we built this. Everywhere I could, I tacked stuff on. We'll clean these up and we'll be able to just TIG over the top of them. But I'm stoked. This turned out way better than I was anticipating. I obviously have a fair bit to do now to glue and weld this all back together. But this will be the final, take dump pipe out, final welds and everything, and this thing's done. It's gonna be sick. For the O2 bung, usually I'd use the heat sink type of bung, but I'm gonna just weld on one of these stainless steel saddle ones. Just because we're so far away from the turbo, I don't think I need to worry about that wideband sensor getting too hot. Also, another little candy update for you guys. Try these. These are like a marshmallow that tastes like ramune, like that Japanese drink. They're really, really good. Highly recommend it. They also have a bunch of different flavors, like grape and stuff like that of this. So if you're in Japan, you see this, buy it. Trust me, you won't regret. Little fuel update for you guys while I've been welding is Daiki changed out this, which looks to have been some kind of old Walbro, probably like a 250 or something like that. And we've got a fresh Dishworks pump going in, one of their 420s, and the best thing about that is it matches up identically to that small profile wall bro. And it's like 3 times the liter per hour. So this is gonna be freaking awesome, and it's gonna definitely help us a lot to make sure we can make all the power that we need. Also, I had no idea the fuel pump was under there, so that was a learning experience. And there's some shonky wire here that already broke, so I'm gonna have to fix that wiring and solder her up and heat shrink it, but that's fine, we'll do that. Pump's going in, baby. Let's go.
A few moments later.
Just got off the phone. Unfortunately, the dyno's canceled tomorrow. There's a snowstorm right now and a massive snow warning for all the guys down south as well as up here in Tokyo. So, canceled and pushed back till next week. But the good news is we rushed and we grinded and we got the car pretty much done and the exhaust is finished and it looks amazing. I love this exhaust because it tells a story. Look at this, me burning a hole, trying to patch it up, and like, just watch. My welds just get better and better and better. Me burning the hell out of all this aluminum. And then like, look how much better my welds start getting as like the exhaust gets deeper down. And then this is most recent. Look at the difference. It's freaking crazy. I love welding. It's been so much fun learning and getting all the advice from you guys in the comments and stuff. And like even here, like look at this. And then look, this stuff's a little thinner and a little different material, and I was still able to do really nice beads. We're stacking now, guys. Look at that. The camera hates me, but hang on. Maybe that's the way to do it. Oh, come on. Come on. Look at that. Oh, look. It's not 100% perfect, but it's definitely usable. All right, I'm sure there's some guys out there that are just gods with a welder and it looks a million times better than this, but this looks incredible for me. And I know that it's just gonna get better. Now Daiki has to make his own exhaust and get good too. Oh God, you're blurry. You can make your own exhaust, you got it. Maybe? For your whole 180. He really doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Do you want to learn to weld? Do you want to weld? You want to learn?
If I have time.
If you have time. I'm not sure how well you guys can hear it, but that's the sound of snow hitting the roof. Pretty wild. Anyways, the exhaust is all fitted up. It looks amazing. Wideband sensor, O2 sensor. Love that. I love this exhaust so much because it just shows my progression and how much I learned and got better with welding over the whole thing. I know I've already said that and I'm like a broken record, but I don't care. Look at this. It looks awesome. Nothing's hitting anywhere. I've got to make sure I don't touch it with my hand. No vibrations, no nothing. And we are as high as I can be through here. Actually, if you look from the back, you can see just how nice and level we got it and as high up tucked as we could. There's probably about 5 mil between this and there, and it's still like, no matter how much I hit it, will not touch it. So I'm really stoked about that. Coming out here to the big boy. Gosh, it looks so good. But who cares about how it looks? How does it sound? Let's bring this thing down and listen. Damn, I kind of like how this tip kind of sticks out a little bit. It's got me excited. All right, Daiki, crank this thing. It's still on just a basic startup tune, so it's probably not gonna start too easy. Hold it, yep. Hold it till it runs. Oh my gosh. Shut it off. That sounds good, but also this wheel is super loose. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, you did the coilovers, you just haven't tightened the wheels yet. Okay, that scared me for a second. That sounds good. It's actually not as loud as I thought it might have been too. All right, that smells crazy rich. I can now, that we have the wideband sensor, I know where we're at, so we can actually lean this thing out a bit, set up the injectors properly and everything. This thing is mint. Hey, let's just listen to it one more time, guys. Sounds good. Dang. Let's see. Yep. All right, let's get this tune dialed in a bit better. Oh, let's fix this. It is now the next day, and I just spent about an hour with Mark from Panic again, and we went through and got this thing way better dialed. Once again, this is still just for us to putt around and kind of get it on the truck, get it to the dyno and everything. But it idles and runs so much better now. I want to fire this thing up and show you guys. Where's that key? Oh, wow, look how nice and gold everything has turned from getting some heat into that stainless. There she goes. That VCT gear is a little noisy, but that's kind of normal when you put upgraded springs in these. Yeah. She looks good. The only thing about drive-by-wire that I hate is that I have nothing here in the engine bay to turn. But listen to this. Dude, she sounds spicy. Oh my gosh. Maybe the VCT, maybe the VVTi gear is a little too noisy. I wonder if that means it's bad and I should change it. Huh. I don't know if it's just because I have the cover off or if that's normal. I've never heard a 2J with a loud VVTi gear before, I think. Anyways, it'll be fine. I got Daiki jumping in the hot seat. Make some noise! Hang on. We gotta hear this from the back. Bit more. Whoop. Yo, this thing sounds good.
これめっちゃいい.
It's good?
Yeah, it's good power.
Good power, you think?
Yeah, I feel like this vibration is so good response.
Good vibration?
Yeah.
All right. I'll do with that. Let me just change something real quick here, Daiki. I don't have my can. I don't have this hooked up yet, so we're doing this the old-fashioned way. Motorsport, anti-lag, and let's arm it. All right, give us a little revvy. Whoa! Oh my God! Daiki! Whoa!
What happened?
Whoa! Again! Oh my God!
Making fire?
Yes, a lot. Hang on, come here. You ready, Daiki? You like that? 2JZ power. Daiki, look at the alignment plates. Ready? I love 2JZs, man. Oh gosh, I need an RB anti-lag. I've never had an RB with like anti-lag or two-step or anything. By the way, guys, this is not a dialed-in anti-lag. This is just basic stuff. So this thing's gonna be way more aggressive like the comp car when we're done with it. Damn. I don't know about you guys, but that has made me way more motivated and excited to see this thing go to the dyno and make some power. I am so curious about what that new Artec manifold is going to do with the G40 platform. The G40 we have on my comp car, it's not the G40 900, it's the G40 1150. And the rear housings for that require a much bigger inlet V-band. It's like a 3-inch V-band inlet, so you have to get a different manifold and all this other stuff to support that. But this special housing that they made is designed to fit the more like smaller V-band, which is like the G35 or 30 kind of series size. So in theory, it should be creating more velocity, which equals more response, which then means that turbo should light up way quicker and also just feel better. Anyways, you get what I'm saying, but I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. I think we need to end the video here. Let's land it on a good note. Everything sounds and feels good. gonna ask some people about that VVTi gear, but I think people have told me before, if you're running upgraded stiffer springs and stuff, it's kind of normal, they're a bit noisy. So probably it's noisier because we don't have the cover on, but I'll double check. That aside though, thank you for watching today's video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you get yourself some merch at SAMMIT.net. Support us here at SAMMIT HQ and get yourself some sick merch and buy a couple things so the shipping makes sense for you. And with that, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Let's get that golden plaque this year, guys. Peace.